let's open it up. Let's open it up. Obviously, this was obtained from Vinted. Let's get this all off the table. The Lock Cowboy. I have always wanted to do something like this. And now we get to. Right. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. So we get this lock, which I'll show you more in detail in just a momento. You get this sort of sachet or sheath with all your little tools, which is so cool. Look at those. Oh, I cannot wait to try this out. And then we also have a little thing. Want to receive free products, yada yada yada, a thank you note, and a little credit card, which, if I remember correctly, if we open this should be a bunch of little tiny baby locks. So this should slide. Oh, look at that. Oh shit. But yeah, look at that. You get small little tools. That goes in there. Like that. And this goes in there. Like that. So yeah, you get your small little tools as well as your bigger ones. There is a tensioning tool in here as well. But that's the Locksmith Cowboy. And I am going to try and open... Oh, this is quite shit, actually. Maybe if I take these out. Because that's annoying. So this is the lock. Let's open it up here. And there you go. That's what we got. We get 2 keys with it. Oh, it's in a nice little foamy case. I quite like that. Here we go. We get 2 keys with the lock. And this is what the lock looks like from the bottom. That's the core of the case, and then you can see inside there, and I think if we turn it this way as well, you can see everything you're gonna need to do in order to pick this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in so we can have a little look as I try and pick this open using not the keys. They'll go in the case there. We'll seal that up. Right, so here are our tools for the picking session. We're gonna try all of these out just to see what they are like and if they all work. I don't think a lot of them are gonna work. Like, I don't even know what this is for. I don't even think that fits in. Does it fit in? No, it doesn't even fit in. Maybe it's a different type of tension tool. I mean, sort of. I don't like that. I don't think that's what this is for, so I'm going to leave that to the side there. So these are all the tools we get. I've just kind of lined them up for you. We get our 2 tensioning tools down the bottom here. I'm guessing that's what you use these for. You put them in at the bottom of the lock. Like, this one might be too big. Like this, basically. And then you kind of just put some pressure on it to turn the lock, right? That's what these are for. This one I'm sure does the exact same thing. Goes in and you can tension the lock like that. So you have your 2 tension tools, and I'm guessing these are all picks. I have no idea what this is. I think this might also be a type of tensioning tool that kind of expands, maybe. Let's have a look. Goes in the side there. Doesn't go in too deep because it's not very long like the rest of these. They've got quite length to them. They're not quite long enough. You can see the difference there. So it's quite hard to put them in and get some tensioning. So I don't think that's what this is for. Although you do as you see there, it does turn, right? Very slight, very slightly, but it does turn. So bloody hell, it's a weapon. Right, so that's the tensioning tool. These are all the picks, and I'm assuming you get the long ones like this. You get long one like this, and I'm assuming that is the ones you can just kind of throw in and do that with. As you can see, you can actually see the pins at the top moving as I shift this along. So I think that's what you do with these. So now you've seen all of the tools, I'm going to try and pick this lock. Oh, sorry. I'm going to try and pick this lock using every single one of them. So let's get our tensioning tool. Let's tension the lock like this. Nice tension. Let's grab the one we just used. All right, let's put it inside here. All right, so that's in, and then we kind of just back and forth, right, until it opens. So I'm gonna use my left hand here, put it in, and see if it opens just like that. So this is an amazing tool. If it works, we're gonna put it over to the side there, just so it doesn't get confused. We've used this one, absolutely amazing tool, worked like a charm. So let's relock this, and let's use another one. Let's use this one now. I'm not too sure what this is. That's the bit right there. I'm not too sure if it works the same, but let's find out. Let's get some tension in. Tension in here. And let's see if this works. Aha! There we go. So we figured out how to use this piece. Very nice. Was a bit difficult, that one, but we got it open. I keep dropping my tension tool. I might lose that one day. Let's lock it and go for the next one. Let's finish this line and use the ones all on the side. So next we got just a simple hook there. Very nice. Let's see how it works. It goes in. Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't really go in. Hold on. Take it out. Okay, no, it does go in. Lifts one at a time, as you can see. So we're gonna have to do this one at a time. Okay, let's get the tensioning tool. Let's put it in. And then let's continue. So that's the first one. Oh, wait, gotta do the second one. None of them are binding. At least it doesn't feel like they're binding. Can I just do the same thing and run it back and forward? That one's loose. That one's up. Nothing, nothing. That one's quite tight. Oh, this one's quite difficult. I'm getting stuck on something here. It's just kind of slidey. So I put a bigger tension in for this lock because I'm really struggling with this one. That's up. That one is up. You can see that's how far I'm pushing that up, but it just comes all the way back down there. So it's just not binding at all. First one all the way up like that, just doesn't bind. Okay, I think I figured this one out. I think I figured this one out. Right, my aim is to get this in as far back as it can go. Right, so far, there you go. I'm all the way at the back now. And with that, it locks. Or unlocks, should I say. So the aim with this one, at least for this lock, was to shove it all the way at the back. So you can see the black thing moving right here. You can see that. That's our pick. As you can see, right there. And then we just kind of lifted all the pins up simultaneously, and that worked. So that's done. I don't know if that's how you use that pick, but that's how we managed to use it. And if it works to unlock the lock, then you've done your job properly. Now we've got this one. I have no idea how this one, I have no idea how this one will work. Not a single flipping clue. So let's put this in. Wrong way. And let's see if we can use this double-ended pick on this lock. Let's go. First, we fit it in. I felt a little false turn there. It was slacking a little bit. I'm not too sure why that happened. Oh, we're a bit stuck. Okay, that's not good. Aha, and just like that, we got it. So we put that all in. It took a couple of pulls a little out and then a little jolt up and down like that. And then we managed to get all the pins up ready for the core to be turned. Now, before I continue with the rest, because we've done 4 at the moment and we've got loads left, I want to quickly show what I figured out, because I'm no professional. The reason you need to apply tension, what I figured out, is this turn of the core, you can see, right, is what opens a lock. Now those pins, you see these pins up here, they block the lock. I don't know if you can really see that. Maybe you can see it in the bottom there, but they actually block the core. They go into the core, which prevent it from turning. So our goal is to lift all of those pins up so the thing can turn, right? So if we now use this weird spear-like shape, I think we can do the same thing as we've always been doing, especially with this lock. It's not a great lock. It's definitely a beginner-friendly lock. And that's spear it in like this and lift all of these up as much as we can. I felt this loosen a little bit. And just like that, open. So you can tell when you're going to open the lock because the tension tool moves a lot more. Without forcing too much, you don't want to have to force any additional pressure. If you have to add pressure, that means it didn't work. Just like that. The amount of tension you hold here, right, to keep that there, is the amount of tension you're going to need to unlock the lock, right? You don't need to force it, you don't need to push it or press it too hard, because you'll risk damaging your tension tool and maybe even the core itself. I like that one because it's named after me and the spear. And then we're going to now use this tool, which looks like it will go that way, I reckon. I don't truly understand what these grooves are for. Maybe it's to like bump up, or perhaps it's so I can go this way as well as this way. Perhaps. We'll have a look. We'll have a check. We'll try both ways and see if both ways work a little differently. So first we're going to start with the pin up. And we're going to put a bit of pressure on the lock there. Like I've just demonstrated to you. You don't need to add any additional pressure. Get that in the lock like this, and we're just going to do what we did before, back and forth until the lock opens. We're going to flip this over so the tip is pointing down and see if that works as well. So let's get that in, tip pointing down this time. Inside it goes, and let's see if that also works. Tip is down, we are in. We're at the bottom. I don't know if it's, oh, there you go, perfect. Right, so there we go. We have managed to do it with both sides of this. So it's a very nice tool, it does work. Obviously, still not professional, so I'm gonna get stuck inside the core a few times and it's gonna feel a little rough. Especially maybe to watch. I'm sure if you're watching and it still feels a bit janky, that's just because we don't do this. This is a skill and experience I've always wanted to try. And I'm very happy to be trying it right now. Let's give this a shot. Let's put our tensioning tool in. Let's get the pick. We're going to put it facing up like that. And I'm going to move my hand away from the lock so it can actually open. And just like that, I felt it. I felt it. Oh, gave me a bit of a false start there. So first one done, and done. Right, just like that. All easy peasy lemon cheesy. I wonder if we could do this that way as well. No, that seems a bit too flat. So that one was quite easy. You just had to go back and forth and lift at the same time. Luckily, I don't think these pins set in an order. As long as you get them above the core, then the lock opens. And that's what makes it such an easy lock to open, because in a lot of locks, this is what I believe, by the way, this might not be fact, but these set in a specific order, right? Hence why you have a key. Right, keys will set locks at the perfect height, so then you can turn it and lift it. So if we put the key in, right, we've done this tool now, let's put that up there. If we close this, let's look closely at the pins. Okay, as I put the key in, you'll see the pins get shifted to a height, and that the pins are all set, as you can see, all set, and then the key turns nice. And there you can see right there is the pins inside the core. You can see along here are the pins inside the core that we push up in order to push these ones up. Now you can also see that the back one there doesn't have a pin. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this one here doesn't have that. So you don't have to push that one up because it just kind of slides in and out. Maybe that's a security pin. I'm not too sure. I doubt they'd put stuff like security pins in. I think they've just done that to make this lock extremely easy to figure out. So yeah, perhaps. Or maybe it's to prevent you from turning it too much, because obviously if you turn this key too much, there's only so much that it will go. I'm not too sure why that's there. If you know the answer as to why that's like that and not like the rest of them, please comment it down below. And next up we have this one. Now this looks awesome. This is like a proper key, and I reckon this is going to open a lock very, very quickly. But let's see. Let us have a look and find out if I'm correct. Let's give it some tension. Let's pop the key in and let's look at all of the pins move as we do slide this in. Oh, I'm struggling to slide it in. That's what she said. Hey-oh. If it will go. All the way in, please. I don't know what's preventing this from going all the way in. Let's use the smaller tension tool, the one that's a bit naff. And just like that, we can go back and forth and unlock the lock. Now my hand was covering that, so I'm going to do that again because I'm a bad content creator. let's put the tension tool in, give it a bit of tension with our thumb, put this in the lock, and all we do is we go back and forward like this until the lock opens up, just like that. So that one is completed. Throw that in there along the completed set. Next we have a very wide 8, very wide boy. This is the first one I've seen that's actually rounded instead of pointy, because if you can see, all of them have points to them. None of them have round sections like this one does. So we're gonna give this a shot. First we lock it up, we get our tensioning tool. You're gonna use the smaller one because that seems like the better one. It just sometimes gets a bit weird and folds in on itself. But let's get this in and see how this works. So it's just a ball. I do feel the ball quite nicely. Oh, and just like that, we get the lock. That was so easy. I was expecting this to be quite difficult, but that was actually really, really easy to unlock. But I'm gonna try again. All right, there you go. And just like that, we can turn the tension tool and unlock the pick. This one definitely works, and I think this one might be one of the easiest ones to use, apart from this one, which took us a couple of seconds to open the lock. And now we only have 3 more to do here. We're going to take those and we're going to do one at a time. So first up, we have this crazy circular wave, I guess. And it's not really circular. I don't know why I said that. We're going to try like we did with the other one, 2 sides. We're going to start with the pointy tip up like this. So let's get our tensioning tool. Let's put that in the lock. There you go. And with the tip up like that, we're going to put it in and have a look to see what we can do. So the first pin is up, but it doesn't feel very set. I don't know why. There we go. The tension tool was a bit too low there. One at a time here, and I can feel it there. Give it a twist. Oh, that time it was the key. You can see it's gone too far in. So let's take that out. Let's reapply it and give it some more tension. And just like that, we insert this again. I think we've got this the wrong way around. I think this is supposed to be this way around. So let's try it like that. Oh yeah, that feels a lot smoother than the last one. And just like that, we get the pin. So this one, I think these ones are supposed to have this pointy bit facing down. Although I am going to try again with it facing up, because I don't imagine it being impossible. I just imagine it being a bit more difficult. So let's go with some tension. There we go, there's the tension that we need. Let's get the bit with the pointy tip facing up, unlike last time. And see if we can get these to crack open. Oh, it's a lot less, like you can't really do that as much because there's not enough movement. You can see that there, that there's hardly any movement behind these locks, but we still managed to get it. I just had to force it up a little bit more. So you can do it both sides. It's just sometimes the bumpy bits, you're better off having them at the top because that actually lifts the pins up. Whereas that, I had such little bumpy bits to work with, just 3. Got the tip, the middle part, and this back part, but it's not really enough. So at least we did it. So far we have managed to pick the lock with absolutely every single pick. We have 2 left, and then we have our small tiny collection, but I'll save that for a small tiny lock. So let's get our tension tool. I'm going to use the bigger one for this because we have basic picks, which I've been waiting for. And those you can't just run back and forth. Those you have to pick very gently, very slowly, one at a time to understand where you're at. Because yes, this is one of the first times I'm ever doing this. But I watch videos, you know, I love watching videos on people doing this, especially the lockpicking lawyer. He's one of my favorite people to watch pick a lock. Because it's very calm, very peaceful. Some would say therapeutic. Oh, I wouldn't, because I can't even get this pick in. Alright, let's use the smaller one. I just don't think the big lock is for me. I just don't think the big tension tool is for me. Yeah, because that, I can actually get that in and shift these one at a time. Right, so that's done. That's set. I think I just need to set number 1. I can feel it moving. One of them isn't set. I'm not too sure which one it is though. Okay, they've all gone back down. Oh, this is quite difficult. Okay, that one's moving. That one's moving. None of them are setting. You can see, I think the one is too high. So I'm gonna completely reset the lock. Give it some tension there. There you go, a bit of tension. I'm gonna sit down. I've been standing up whilst doing this. Oh, my back is hurting. Let's have a little look. So number 1, number 2 is too low. So if we adjust that, did we get it? Oh, I think I know why that 6th one is there. Ah, okay, so there we go. I think I finally realized why this one is here. I think that one is there for the purpose of training, so you can align the rest up. Do they match up? They do, look, they all match up to the last one. So I reckon the last one is like the training. Like you gotta lift it up to this point and that's how you know it's set. We did eventually manage to pick it with this tool. It was a pain in my ass. It took a bit longer than I was expecting, but we did it. And so it goes there inside of the complete collection, along with all these other tools. And then we have one more to do. We have one more, which is the exact same essentially as the one we just used, but this one is smaller. Okay, apologies for the quality change suddenly. The camera that I was using has run out of storage, so we're making do with what we got with this one. But with it all said and done, camera or not, we're gonna put the lock in like that. We're gonna add some tension to it and see if we can pick it with our final pick of the day. So let's put it in and let's match it all up to where they need to be. So number 2, nothing on 2, nothing on 3, 4 is binding. 5 is set. 6 is set. Ooh. And 1 feels set. 2 is binding. No, nothing on 2. 3 is binding. I can feel it. I can feel it. I am close. I'm close. I just need to target number 2 and I see it. Number 2. Number 1 feels set. Number 2, nothing on 2. 3 feels done. 4 feels done. 5 feels done. It's just number 2. I don't know if you can see that, but it's only really 2 and 3 that are a lot further down than the rest. Nothing on 4, nothing on 5, nothing on 6. And there we go, we finally got it. It was just number 2. Once we lifted 2 up a little bit, we needed to add the turn a bit more, and it popped open. So there we go. All the picks have been used and successful. Again, apologies for the bad camera suddenly, but it turns out I prefer the smaller I prefer the smaller tension tool, because you can actually get all the other tools in. With this one, these get stuck, and it's actually really annoying. I should have tried the smaller tension tool that you get in here, but I think we'll use this set for a different lock, maybe one that's smaller than the one we have here. But I'm not too sure. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a different video, a short. We'll do a short for the shorts. That makes sense. We'll do a little short for the shorts. So if you want to see that, make sure you you follow the page, you subscribe, and you keep an eye out for the short version where we have the better camera out and make it really good quality for you guys. So let's put that in. Let's put this all away. We didn't use this. It's the only thing we didn't use, mainly because I have no idea what the hell this is for. If you know what it's for, leave a comment down below and give me your suggestions. Even if you don't know what it's for, tell me what you think it might be used for. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed, and take care and peace.